Hello all, welcome you to the video on Haskell. This is the second video in type, inference and variables. In this video we are going to check that the functions have type and how we can specifically define it. In our earlier videos in Haskell we have seen how to define a function, and I'm going to make use of one of the functions that we have defined earlier. So I am inside my Haskell directory, and if I say dir, there is one file called as add.hs which have a function for addition. So this is my add.hs file in which I have a function called as add, which is accepting two arguments x and y, and then adding this together and returning the result. So I'll load this same function in interpreted mode. So I'll use command to load it, load add will load my file. Now if I perform add space 1 space 2, then it will add these two values together and will return the result. Now in the earlier video we have seen that we can check the type of a function. So we can check the type of add function also. So let's do it, t add. Now here you can see that the add function has number as a type, then a1, 2 and 3. Basically you are having three arguments or three type variables 1, 2, 3. How come in our function we have only passed two variables, type variables? So what is this third variable is of? So this is about the return type. So this first variable in the prompt represents x, the second a represents y, and the third a represents the addition or the result of x plus y. But in the last video we have discussed about type variable which can represent any value, and we know that the Haskell is very good in type inferring. So this add function is going to add two values and it will infer the type very correctly. But what if we don't want to rely on type inference and we want to specify the exact type of the argument and return value? That is possible to do it in Haskell. Let's do it. So before starting with function definition, what we will do is we will say add colon, meaning is has, int first variable followed by arrow operator, then second variable, and again followed by arrow operator, and then the return type. So here we have integer representing x, second integer representing y, and this third int is representing x plus y. Now we are specifically defining the type of x, y, and the return value as integer. Now let's load this function again in the environment. Let's say L add. So module is again loaded. Now let's perform addition of any two numbers 3, 3. Addition is done. Now let's repeat our type checking command t add. Here you can see that the output of this type checking command has changed. Earlier it was using type variable representation, a followed by arrow operator a followed by arrow operator a. Now when we have specifically defined type as integer, the output of type command has changed to int followed by arrow operator and int and followed by arrow operator and int. So it is possible in Haskell to define the types of a variable and return type of a function also. If we are not going to do it, Haskell will infer it. There are specific cases in which we will recommend to use type inference, and there are specific cases in which we will use specific type declaration while writing functions. I hope you got the concept. In the next video, we are going to discuss about type classes. Thank you.